Good morning, YouTube. Hey, today could be a really good day. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Yeah, today we're going to look at an 05 American Eagle RV. I've been looking at these for years and years and years, or not really looking at them like I can afford it, but looking at them like I'd love to have one. They're a beautiful bus. It's actually a bus motorhome, diesel pusher motorhome. So anyway, me and my dad went up and looked at it. We saw it on Craigslist. I wasn't sure that it was real because of the way it's priced. However, we went up and found it in Clay City, Kentucky, and checked it out. It does have things wrong with it. Scratches down a couple of the sides in different places, and some missing lights, and some lights that don't work, and a couple things like that. It's dirty on the inside. The old guy and his wife got really old, and they just can't travel in it anymore. So anyway, we've been going back and forth for a little over a month. We've come up and looked at it a couple times. We're within $1,000 of each other. So today could be the day. He's not really good at communication. He doesn't answer the phone often, nor does he do email very well. So in person is the best way to do it, but it's like an hour and a half drive for me to get out here. So anyway, we'll be pulling up on it here soon, and I'll show it to you. Probably won't show the process much, but we'll show it to you if we get it. We'll show it to you a lot.
Continue
if not,
to Main Street.
You probably won't even see this video. All right, see you in a second. Welcome to my life. All right, YouTube. Hey, he's on his way out here, but real quick, we came to a deal. So I just bought this 05 Fleetwood American Eagle. It's got some damage on it. It's got some stuff we'll have to clean up, but it's pretty good shape for a 15-year-old coach. I'll show you around in a bit. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey YouTube, hey, I just picked up the RV and I'm about to drive it for the first time on the way home. This thing is huge. It purrs like a kitten though. It does need a lot of TLC, but we'll figure all that out as we go. All right, wish me luck. We're off. All right, YouTube, have one wanting to do an update on the bus all day long. I got it home last night. It was a crazy trip home. It was dark when I got home, so I didn't do any YouTube, and I forgot my camera to take for the trip home. It was crazy. But at one point on the way back, I was on a back road of Kentucky Road, and I hit a mobile home, man. I'm telling you, on a corner. So I had to slam on the brakes and get over as far as I could, and we spent probably 5 minutes trying to get around each other. But anyway, we did that. But it was a great ride. The thing runs and handles wonderful. Definitely no issue there. But yeah, I definitely wanted to do a video on the bus. I will do a video on the bus. It needs to be cleaned up. I've been so busy trying to knock out a boat video today, and the building updates, and trying to help the contractors and big issues, which you'll see in each of those individual videos. And I didn't get this for $10. I should actually do that. I don't have anybody to help me, but I didn't get this for $10. Yeah, it cost a whole lot more than $10, but it is a bus in need. It has lots of little things to fix up, and we'll be going through that as we fix it up. It's another project, right? Who doesn't think I need another project right now? Yeah, so this is a weird deal. I don't think I would normally do this, but you know the other side so you can see it a little better. But yeah, this is kind of one of those things where there's these buses that I've been looking at them for years, and they're always for sale in Texas or North Carolina or whatever, and I'd have to travel to go see them or whatever. This one came up in locally here in a small town in eastern Kentucky. Really surprised me that it even came available. I didn't think it was real, so on a Thursday, which I spend with my dad usually, we went to breakfast and I said, hey, what do you think about driving out and seeing if this thing is real? So we drove out there. The guy, Mr. Matthew, I call him, is a very interesting guy. He doesn't talk much. He's kind of cantankerous old guy. And he bought this rig. So he had another rig that him and his wife loved it, and they ran around the country. And then they found this one, so they upgraded to this. And then he had health issues and ended up in the hospital for almost 2 years. So he thought it was time to sell it, but it is a neglected bus. I'll be honest with you. It needs a lot of small things. And there's a lot. There's a lot. But that actually put it in my price point as a project. I've always wanted one. If you look online, they usually retail for about 139-ish. And then there is one out there right now for 107. It is a nice bus. It is very clean, but it is option starved. And it's not an H. An H has 4 slides on it, so it's not an H. But it is a nice bus, and it's 107. And I got this one much cheaper than that. So got a great deal. And so I just kind of had to jump on it. A local bus that I could see is right here, perfect for me, right? So I did that, and so yeah. So there'll be a lot more coming on this bus. It's a cool deal, but I just don't have a lot of time right now to rock you around and show it to you. I do definitely want to do video series of me fixing it up, but right now the focus is on the building. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm at. I'll probably save this video for after the building gets done anyway. We'll see. But yeah, there you go. I own a bus, which is crazy, and it's beeping inside, so I need to go inside and find out what the beep is from. Yep. All right. See you. All right, YouTube. Hey, it's kind of the day off from the building, and so me and the wife have been working really hard. We got the big bus in the driveway. Oh, I'll show you the building. We got the big bus in the driveway. We had to trim all of our trees. We spent the morning trimming trees down just to get through here. But we got it all trimmed out, so now we can fit the bus through here. It is a monster for sure. It is a monster. So the goal today is just simply to clean the roof, because it's going to get really cold and we want to get the roof clean on while it's still a little bit warm, and then we'll work on the rest of the coach in the garage throughout the winter or whatever. So we're just kind of working on that right now. We'll probably do a wash, just a basic wash, but definitely want to scrub that roof. The roof is kind of blackish, so I'll set the camera up there somewhere so you can see. We'll go from there. We're gonna let it run for a while though. The batteries seem to be just a little low. All right, well, we're gonna get on this. All right, YouTube, hopefully you can hear me. I just have a regular GoPro here, but this is the roof, and it's pretty nasty. I already started cleaning the front, and then remembered I got the camera out and didn't start the camera. So, but we got some work to do. I have a little seam here that we're gonna have to fix for sure right there. That's definitely got to get fixed. It looks like it's just through the lamination, but I want to make sure. But definitely delaminated on the sides all the way down. So I definitely will have to get that worked on, fixed up. But we want to get the junk off of it for now. I mean, the stuff that's coming off this roof right here is just totally black, so it hasn't been cleaned up here, I don't think, yet forever. Alright, YouTube, well, she's not spotless. I still got to guess there's some pretty heavy stains here and there. But she's 3 shades lighter than she was. There's a lot of heavy stains back here. Seems to stop right here. I'm not sure what that's all about. Probably where it was parked or what it was exposed to, but I'll get some heavier roof RV wash. This was just car wash. I scrubbed it pretty good. And I can probably keep scrubbing on it, but I'll get some roof wash and get her redone. But that gets the crazy rotten stuff off the roof anyway, the green anyway, so she'll quit growing. I knocked a lot of the loose, I don't know, the top coat was peeling on it all the way around, so I knocked a lot of that off, the loose stuff, so that looks a lot better too. All right, well, I'm gonna get down and probably wash this sucker, the rest of it. That's a long way down. Good Lord. Alright, YouTube, so we got her cleaned up for initial wash. She still needs a lot of love. We'll buff her out this winter in the garage and all that stuff, but right now we just want to get all the muck off of it. It had been sitting a while. Like I said, the old guy that owned it, he wasn't in the best health, so and it takes a lot. I mean, it took us both a lot of work to get this done just today. I definitely need to polish up the aluminum wheels and clean it up a lot better, but that's a good start. We got, like I said, we got the green and the and the streaks off of her, and we obviously plan to buff her out and get her clean. Got a little bit of paint work to do on it, and on both sides, a lot of cleaning up of the chrome, some more touch up there, air ride issues, hydraulic issues and stuff like that we got to do work on too. But she's pretty good. Right? We got to work right there on the wheel well there too, and get a couple lights put in there as well. But she'll come along. It'll just take time. Hey YouTube, hey, one of the issues on my American Eagle is that the marker lights that you see there, back here, the guy must have had some kind of an accident, hit something or something, and it must have cracked the lights out, the marker lights out, and he never replaced them. But I can understand why. You can't just look up 05 American Eagle and find lenses for these. I searched the DOT number and all the number part numbers on the lights themselves, and I just absolutely could not find them. I found some 7-inch marker lights that look very similar. They're for older Jeeps, like a Jeep CJ for the front fender marker lights. They look almost exactly the same. But that's all I could find. But they said they were 7 inches long, and mine are like 6.5. And I was reading through the Amazon reviews on those lights. I've been looking for like a week and a half, and I think I was just cruising the internet there. I don't know, it must have been like 11 o'clock at night. And one of the reviews, like hundreds of reviews down, was I ordered these for my American Tradition. And I can't remember what year it was, but it was close to the same year as this one. So I was like, oh, well, if it fits that, maybe it will fit mine. So I ordered them, and I got them in, and I measured them, and they're 6.5 inches. I don't know why all the ads say they're 7 inches long. That's really weird to me. But I ordered them, and it fits perfect. So I will get these in there. I'll need to get screws. I do have a screw, but I think it's just 2. It's gonna be 2, not gonna be long enough, because I think that, well, you see, I'll break it already. All right, so it may work. This actually may work. That's not that thick. So I'll get some screws and some bolts and get these on here. But yeah, Jeep parts on my American Eagle. So these little lights actually came in a package, and I got the wiring for them behind there too, because I don't know if that's in there or not. I don't think it is. So I'll probably have to rewire them. They probably just cut the wires or something when they took it off. They may be dangling inside there. I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put the LED bulbs that I bought. I just bought them in a package. Got a bunch. I figure I'm going to replace them all with LEDs anyway. They're brighter and they pull less energy, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in these sockets, and I'll just hang I'll just hang the sockets in there for now. I'll come back when it's not freezing. I'm inside. and I'll put them in later. But in the meantime, get these things sealed so that we don't get moisture or anything in there. Maybe. Oh man, they don't like to turn. There they go. Oh, too much now. All right, so yeah, I'll get them in there, get them sealed just to keep the moisture out. We'll have those LED bulbs in there just in case we don't have to replace it. And yeah, but pretty neat. I mean, I'm so excited that I found these. I mean, I really was searching, and I was even going to buy some off of a crashed RV. You know, there's actually a junkyard for RVs local to me, which blows my mind, for high-end RVs. And they actually have American Eagles. They actually have two, I think, my year, and then one that's close to my year that I could have got the parts from, but I was still just to buy find new ones. Again, they go on a Jeep CJ earlier years, but they're just replacement lenses, but it's good that I can find them. I think that's going to be, one of the hardest parts. Man, that doesn't want to go. That's tight. I think that's going to be one of the hardest parts about having, didn't lock at all. I think that's going to be one of the hardest parts about having an RV, is finding the parts for it. Because you can't just look up 05 American Eagle and get parts. You have to figure out where that part came from. I mean, all that stuff's used off something else, right? Now for the motor, it's pretty easy because it's a Caterpillar 9 diesel. So that way you can look it up. The chassis is a Spartan chassis, so parts for that I can look up. It's just the odds and ends like this that are going to be difficult to match up and find. I even thought about changing out and then just going to a different lens, but they're all too wide. And in the fiberglass out there, as you saw, it's kind of recessed. And so they really have to fit in that recessed area. So I really wanted to find these, and I did. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's get these nuts and bolts together, and a screwdriver and a pair of pliers, and we'll go out and put these in. It'll make my rig look so much better. All right, let's go do it. Let me tell you, it is freezing cold out here, but I'm like a kid in a candy store. I just can't help but fix it. Let's see, is there wires back here? See if you can see any wires back there. I'm gonna put you back there and see if we see anything. Probably not, probably too dark, huh? Yeah, I definitely don't see any wires, so we'll have to figure that out later. But for now, let's get these on here. Just so they're not missing. And if nothing else, we'll run wires, our own wires. Hope I don't have to do that, but they may just be tucked in here too. Let's see if this fits. Ooh. See if I can get my hands there. Dang. That's gonna be interesting. I thought I could just get it, but I don't know that I can. Wow. Oh man, there's just not enough room. This bus is squatted in the back because it's sitting on a hill. So I may have to put it in travel mode just to get in there. Well, this isn't going to be easy, is it? Oh yeah, those aren't anywhere near long enough once they're in the lenses. Not long enough. All right, well, we'll have to get some longer bolts for sure. That gives you an idea what they're going to look like. Well, that's not fixing it, but they do fit. All right, well, it'll be a trip to Lowe's, and I'll get some bolts that actually fit in there, and nuts and bolts. They gotta be a lot longer than that. But hey, we found them, so that's cool. I'm just gonna let those sit there because this bus ain't going nowhere until I pull it inside. And it looks so much better with the markers being on there. And they're bright and clean. New reflectors. So it looks like I need 3 more on this side. I'll need 5 on that side, so I need 8. And then I need 2 red ones for the back because they're just all gumped up. I do need to get taillights. I have found those taillights. The taillights are actually off of an 05 Astro, or excuse me, a 85 Astro, a 1985 Astro. So taillights I found I'm probably gonna do the chrome with the red circles in them or something, because the chrome would look nice with this. but I found that as well. Then I need to get some of this chrome stripping. I'm missing 2 pieces of chrome off this radiator, and I haven't found that yet. I don't really know where to get that. I figure I'll go to a chrome shop at a truck stop or something and see if they don't make something like that. I'm not really sure what to do about that. It's interesting. This one was even a little short. I don't know. I don't know why they would accept that, but anyway, I need to get those 2 pieces either made or put on or whatever. So there's lots of little things that need to be done to this thing, but we'll get there eventually. My mud flap on the bottom is bent, so I'll need to straighten that back up. It does have where it's scraped here, so eventually we'll get this in and get her painted. You know, probably from here to there. I don't think you can really do much about this. It's a sticker. So I don't know. I don't know what you can do really. We can definitely fix that. And this scratch right here, I mean, that's all paint match, so this is the gold paint, so we can paint, it can fix anything on the gold for sure, but the rest of that is a big decal from what I've been told. So, and even if we color match and just fill it in, I think I'll be fine with that. I did order these, this one got hit. I ordered all new ones of these. I can't believe they're just plastic, but I haven't even thought about putting those on yet because I want to get LED dock lights. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. All right, well, it looks like it's gonna be a trip to Lowe's. All right, but they look a lot better anyway. And that looks cool. It was actually driving me crazy. But once I get all of them in there, they look really nice. All right, well, didn't get anything done there. All right, YouTube, I've been to Lowe's and got some longer screws. So we got our screws and a couple tools we need. We're just gonna run out there and put those in real quick. So that's done. It is freezing out there though. So I'm just gonna kind of go out there and do it and get back in here. All right, pull these back out, get these little screws out of here. All right, YouTube, so that looks really good. Now they got the screws in there right and it's secured. Again, I got those LEDs in there. I don't see any wires inside there though to hook those two, so we're gonna have to figure all that out and figure out what happened to the wires. They're probably in there somewhere. They probably just tucked them or something. We'll have to figure that out, but I'm not doing it right now. It's so cold. So that's all I'm doing today. But I'm gonna get it in the garage there, get some heat going. We'll be able to do whatever we want. It'll be cool. All right, so until then, let's get out of here. All right, YouTube. Hey, one of the problems with the big bus is that the stairs don't go all the way up when the bus is running, and they should. Now you can help them up if you push them just a little bit, and they'll go the rest of the way up. So what I'm thinking is a stripped out gear in the gearbox. So I bought a new gearbox, and I went and bought a new motor too. I mean, I just think it's almost pointless to put the same motor back on if the gearbox is that bad. The motor's probably going to go about right behind it. So went in and got the whole assembly. I put it together, but I have to take it apart to install it probably. But I get the old one off and put the new one on. So let's do that. Hopefully that fixes the problem. All right, so here's the motor and gearbox. Looks like it's pretty simple. I could probably just take this motor part off. It looks like I need to unclamp it and break that zip tie. I really don't like this. Look at all this wire hanging down here. I don't care for that at all. So we'll get that wire protector back on that wire, and then we'll zip tie that up there. Just keep that from dangling. I mean, that could hit anything, right, and get ripped off. So we'll take care of that while we're under here. But yeah, that's the motor and the assembly that we've got to do. I don't even know if that light works. I haven't seen a light underneath here either. So we'll see if that light works. Maybe we'll get that ordered. Woo! I need to shut the door. Oh. Oh man, oh. No, that really darkened it up in here, I think, when I shut that door, but the wind was blowing it around. May have to open that door back up again. let's get this stuff clipped. There we go. Get that off there. That allows me to unhook it, I think. Ugh. I don't know if you can see anything in here. It's so dark, isn't it? I can see, but I don't think you can see. So I'm going to have to open that door back. At least enough that you can see in here. All right, that's better, I think. All right, let's get this thing. Oh, that clip sucked. Look at that, it just broke off. That's how dry rotted it was. Man, that's bad. That's not good at all, is it? Huh. All right, well, that's out. This pen's gonna be a pain, I'm sure. Nothing to cry against. This sucks. Gosh. This sucks. There's a lot of pressure on it, which is weird because there shouldn't be any pressure on it. You would think, or I would think. It's down, not up. Of course, it might be just that I can't get in here. Ow. Ow. All right. Interesting, interesting. All right, so that looks like some bolts here, 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 and here. The other one looks like the motor's kind of out of the way. The new one, the motor kind of goes back this way. It looks like it's more in the way. We'll match them up once we get it out of here. I think that's the ground. Oh, look at that. Ground just snapped off. What is going on? I mean, how much of this wire is rotted down here? So we will have to fix that. Man, that's terrible. That is just terrible. I don't know what's going on with this wiring. All right, let me unbolt this, and then we're gonna have to figure this wiring stuff out. Boy, everything's brittle. Brittle. Okay, so let's get this off. The 7/16 or is it bigger than that? 7/16. So what was it? Can't get two hands on here, dang it. Oh man. Alright, let's get this sucker down and see if it matches up to our new motor. We'll have to get a ground on that, huh? And these wires are just terrible, fragile. Alright, there's the old, there's the new. Alright, looks pretty good to me. So the only difference is the motor is bigger and is in the way of putting it in. I'm going to try to do it without taking that off. I may have to go get a wrench though, but I don't want to take the motor back off. I've got it set. I don't want to try setting it upside down. Probably will need to tighten all these though. Yeah, I don't want to try setting it upside down. So I'll tighten those up real quick. I got super big clamps. That's too big though. Well, I may have to reuse this one. I don't really like reusing them, but what choice do I have? Until I go to the store and get some more. That's the problem with working in this building right now, is I don't have my tools in here yet because I don't even have it secured and it's not even closed in all the way yet, but I don't have everything right here. So I need to go figure that out, or I need to use something different. And those are so much smaller. Probably the reason I don't have them is because they're probably the size that I use the most. Oh, there's one. All right, so we got one. Thank goodness. Okay, back in business. Now let's get this sucker up in there, strip that wire, and then we can put this back on. I tell you, this thing has definitely seen better days, that's for sure. It was probably time. I'm glad I got a new motor too. I didn't even realize how bad that motor was, so that's cool. Throw the sucker away. Well, as I'm editing this video, I realized that 3 of the files corrupted when I was putting the stairs, fixing the stairs. So I'll just show you what it looks like, the new motor in there. The footage of me putting it up in there, I don't know what happened. These cameras are finicky sometimes, but let me see if I can show you real quick. The new motor, there she is. There's the new motor, and then the light had a bad bulb in it, which I think I have some video footage of that. There's the new motor, and the cranking has been working great ever since. All right, sorry about the lousy video. But yeah, I actually did put it in there. 4 bolts, couple screws. Yeah, new ground. All right, so one of the other issues on this thing is that it drains the battery down sometimes when it's not in use. And so it has a shutoff valve on it. The actual battery has a shutoff, but I don't think it's working right? I tried to turn it off. It doesn't turn off. The thing seems broken underneath. I'm not really sure what's going on. So basically, I'm going to take it apart, and I bought a new one, and it's actually got a green and red, so I know where on and off is, and I'm going to put that on. So then I'll mount it in the same place. He had it mounted there. He did like kind of a crappy job, I'll be honest with you. But I'll mount it there with the mounting bolts they provided, and I'll put nuts on it so it's not so weird. It actually looks like he kind of had it on there crooked, to be honest with you. But we'll get that all fixed up, and we'll get the new shutoff switch put on. I'm being careful not to touch anything else with it because I don't want it to spark or anything. Make sure I don't ground myself anywhere. Don't want to get shocked. This one's kind of big to get in there. These screws are so crooked. I wonder why he would do something so crooked. Alright, well I gotta get that figured out because I don't like that at all. I didn't realize how bad, look how bad that is. It's not even close. So what I'll do is I'll take this off. I'll drill holes, make that nice and level, then I'll put it on. It always amazes me when people don't take the time to make things straight. It takes 2 seconds to try to get a straight switch. I mean, there's marks everywhere. At least try. But now we just need to get this in there. All right, there's one. And our little Loctite nuts on the other side. Just get enough to get started. Hold it in there till we get it in. Okay, so now we have this power box that we can turn the batteries on and off. So turn it this way, that's nice and tight. Power on into the green, turn it this way, power off to the coach. That's really important because there's all kinds of gremlins and coaches that drain the batteries, you know. This one has 6 batteries. I think you can see them all in there, right? So it has 6 batteries that run the coach. But yeah, so anyway, this way we can shut them off and they won't drain the battery and we can still start the vehicle. One more project done on the old bus there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, some other thing I need to do is there's a cracked marker light up there. The other 4 look pretty good, but I went ahead and ordered them. And so we're gonna go ahead and get there and replace them all, and then we'll put LEDs in the back, in the, you know, LED bulbs in them, make them brighter. But yeah, we definitely need to get them suckers replaced, especially the broken one. I'm probably gonna use the same prongs on the back side because they already have the correct clips on them. So I'll hopefully they fit these. They should. They're DOT, so they should match up. I should be able to just take those off, put the nice bulb in there, maybe clean the connector up, and then light her up. So they're pretty dim. I probably should fire that up so you can see them, and then go from there, I guess. Actually, those aren't too terrible. So there you go, the back of the bus. I definitely got a bulb out here, and I think that's really, both they're just really dirty. I think they're just old. But yeah, so it looks like that one's cracked. That one may be cracked, but they aren't terribly dim, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens when we put new lenses on and new LED bulbs in them. But they're not as bad as I thought they were, actually. I never saw them in the dark before. All right, let's get up there and get these replaced. Up ski. One of the things we'll do in the future is paint the top of this rollover part too, and then the back here, and then the front dome. They've taken some good weather beatings over the years, so probably swap those out at some point. Probably get them swapped out at some point. Gotta put my old man glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing. See if that's a bolt or just a screw. That's just a sheet metal screw. There you go, there's the old one. Definitely won't reuse it, but it doesn't look that stripped. I'm not sure if it's in there perfectly. But the seal's all messed up and they're definitely not in good shape. That's the way they go. I use my one good screw. Then I'll have to go find some. I would say that's not brighter. Let's figure out what's going on here. We knew this worked a second ago. There you go. Reverse, I guess. Guess it matters. All right. I don't really know if that's brighter. It's not cracked up. I don't think it's brighter. It's about the same, isn't it? All right, I'm back. Let's see what we can do here. See if this works better. Maybe it'll work worse, but I broke it. I knew that popping action would do something. Oh, that's a good one. Not that I'll use it. But... oh! I'm gonna need a pair of pliers to get those out. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, just need a little brute force there to get her going. All right, there. All right, so there's one using the old clips. I'm probably gonna have to get a new clip. I don't know how expensive they are. Probably should look at that before I start using the old clips, but there's one. So that'll work out just fine. That will work out just fine. All right, so we're back here in the back of the bus, and I'm putting these lights back in. I know I already had this one in there, but I took it out and fixed the wires on it, right? I replaced all the wiring. So that's good. There'll be less issues. They'll have a lot longer life in them. Need a couple nuts in here and get these on. All right, there you have it. All new lenses all the way across the backside with new connectors, nice and clean. Yep. I didn't put the LEDs in there. I thought that the incandescent ones were better and brighter. I'm gonna leave those alone. I think the issue with the LED ones is they have the LED on two sides shooting sideways instead of shooting straight back. And of course I want the light to be bright. I want the red to be bright from to the back. So I'm gonna stick with those incandescent until I find some LEDs that shine straight back. But yeah, all right, well, let's get out here, find something else to do. All right, YouTube, hey, thanks so much for joining me this week. Hey, this has definitely been an adventure. Sorry for the video. The way that it's laid out is just terrible, I know, as I'm editing it right now. But, you know, I was focused on getting the building built. You'll see that in the background. This came up. It was a deal. We'd been looking for a long time for a bus. I wouldn't buy a bus. I told my wife I won't buy a bus until I have a building to put it in. And she reminded me as this one popped up on Craigslist that I have a building now. So I was to get her bus. Anyway, we did some small stuff in this episode, I know, but there's a ton of stuff coming up. I do airbags, shocks, air dryer, air system, airlock door. I mean, you name it, I worked on it. New tires, alignment, I don't know. Anyway, you'll see, we'll go through it all together. All new hydraulics, hydraulic jacks. It's quite the event. So stick with us. It's going to be a series like All Matter series. And as always, thanks for joining me. See you next week.